Never doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, that's what he does. He wants to be professional. My father, his grandfather was that. Oh, my days. True. You know any Beatles? Obladi, Oblada. Dalachinsky is going to read with David Amram on piano and
Artie Barbato.
Artie on trumpet. All right. Get up here, Steve. Come on, man. So he's going to do this acoustic, so the room is loud, so keep it down.
If you really want it, I'll give it to you.
I'm over here, but
All right. Oh,
and how long are we doing this for?
as long as you want.
Well,
As long as you got people here.
they all look like they left already. Oh,
No, they're here. There's a bunch of them there.
he's not into it. He's having a good time talking to the trumpet player.
Yeah, well, you know, they're going to accompany you.
Oh, thanks, Walter.
Right?
Anybody smoke?
They're going to accompany him, right?
I don't either.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, there you go. It'll be a
Cat?
change.
You smoke, Cat? You smoke? Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Cat.
I'm just checking. I don't smoke.
Cat. Great job.
I agree. Great job.
Launch into this attack with my dear pal David and our new trumpet player Miles. Miles Bongo. What's his name?
Artie Barbato.
So
Get it right, Artie Barbato.
I don't want to insult Cat, but that shrine over there is not part of the exhibit, even though the colors work. Those are my CDs and books. So it's okay if you don't want to buy one. It's better if you do buy one, but please don't put your wine and cigarette butts on it.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, okay. Cat said it's okay. Put your wine and cigarette butts on. I take it
My
back.
bad. My bad.
I take it back.
I can
Actually, someone in this room who will remain nameless, the first time we met, he put his drink on one of my books and spilled it. So I made him buy the book, and then 2 days later, the same gentleman who shall remain nameless, he put his drink on top of another one of my books, and when you know, he left a big circle in the middle from the beer, and I said, "That's okay, you know, you have to buy it now." And he said, "Really?" And I said, "Don't worry, I'll give it to you wholesale." So I have, you know, everybody knows how much I love this gentleman, and I'm more than honored always to read with him. And somebody will tell me later, "Is that really true, Steve? What you just said?" And I'll say, "Well, it's none of your business." But anyway, so we've done this many a time. I think the first time was more than 15 years ago, probably, or 20 years ago. And it's always more than a pleasure. We were very happy to discover that, unlike what the sign says, this is a real piano, and he's a real piano player, so forget about the player-piano part of it, it really works. And this guy is a trumpet player.
Sure is.
Artie
Sure is.
Barbato.
Artie!
You did like Miles.
I'm gonna read until those guys tell me to shut up. And I was gonna read one particular poem that a lot of you here have heard first, and I'm gonna dedicate it to Renee, who just told me he might go to St. Petersburg, Florida very soon. Where is he? He left. Oh, there he is. But before that, because we have this trumpet player cat here now, I'm gonna read a poem that I wrote when I was very young for Miles Davis.
All right.
And then maybe one for John Coltrane. Young kids with junk eyes, waiting to hear Miles. Standing on their seats, shirt open, bare chests. Looking through heaven with their pinned baby blues. The 15-year-old chain smoker keeps blowing it my way through my breathless, timeless nostrils. They're all growing their first wild, dark, and dangerous hairs. I pull on my 17-year-old mustache and wonder where I'll be and why I sit here calmly, neck creak, crane, waiting to see Miles. This won't be no blues sketches or 7 steps round midnight, but it will be played to a full house of mostly baby blues. A fat man in a baby blue shirt walks up and down the percussion-strewn stage, doing a sound check through the bell of Miles's trumpet, 1982 pickup mic, attached by a thin black thread, so that Miles can play with his back toward us, still heard his impatient, hunched-paced excitement. The baby blue dividers gently swell with the wind and subside like trumpet cheeks, transforming running sound like cool water rather than describing broken words. And then the announcer says, "Good evening, folks." Blah, blah, blah. In 2 or 3 minutes, we'll have Miles Davis as the baby blue sky blushes with the oncoming night. Monster Miles, mainly Miles, music Miles. It's Miles's thing. He knows what he doesn't know. 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 Knows what to do with all he knows. He knows mostly Miles. Miles knows. Blowing Miles, we love you, Miles, because you're Miles. Moments and moments of Miles. All those moments of Miles. Mellow motion screaming Miles. Nobody knows how to bend a note like Miles. Plucking Miles and funkin' Miles, bending the brains of those burnt baby blues. Smoking Miles, muscle Miles, mighty Miles, night coming, slow sky blush. Miles wears a baby blue embroidered cap. Mercy Miles. Mercy Miles, it's all you, Miles. Relax, Miles. It's all with Miles. And the cameras, more cameras than a president requires. And it's President Miles, it's Citizen Miles, it's Living Miles, it's Winding Miles, winding, Black Snake moan. And we're all excited. And Miles is really all revved up and So many horns are blown with miles. Birds and trains go on for miles, and miles survives the miles. The broken miles, battered, bent, and brutal miles, the muted miles, crazy, gone, mysterious miles, money miles, mad, mad miles. We shake our bodies just for miles, blow eternal taps for miles, eternal speeding miles. The cup runneth over for miles, fluid miles, motion miles, notion miles, ocean miles, bottled, bubbly baby miles. The miles of baby blue windows by the pier, watching miles. Miles of music your way miles, history lesson miles, slowly hysterical miles, wave your hands and stick that tongue out miles, happy, cool, hot miles. With my shirt wide open, I stand on my feet and I look for miles. Smiling miles, laughing miles, angry miles, and playful miles. He grabs the sax player's fingers and twists them. Monster guitars invented by Miles. Heavy conga solo, sing for Miles. Applause in Miles is watching open mouth. Open mouth Miles. And the sun is waiting for Miles to set. For Miles to end the set. The sun is waiting. The miles and miles of sun. The round orange sun. Conga round skin, the faces of men. Miles of faces of miles of round sun faces. The set. The sudden. The set. The sudden. The set. The sudden. The jolt. The sun. It's okay, Miles. Don't worry, it was nothing, Miles. Just keep playing, Miles. It was nothing. It was just a joke. Just keep playing, Miles. Just keep playing, Miles. A sharp and sudden pain, an unseen screech. Take that finger from your ear, Miles, and play. It was nothing, Miles. It was nothing. Just keep playing, Miles. Play, 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 play. And then we have breezy Miles and helicopter Miles and music Miles and basic Miles and bouncy Miles and this is Miles, oh much more Miles and Miles and Miles. And the sun sets with Miles, the sun sets with Miles, the sun sets with Miles, the sun sets with Miles. So beautiful.
Very good, man.
Okay, this is about a road trip when I first came to Lowell many years ago. And it's linked in with an exhibit I saw in the New York Public Library of letters and ephemera when they first bought Jack Kerouac's archives at the New York Public Library. And it was around this beautiful time of year when the leaves were changing. The leaves are changing. Somewhere outside Brewster. It's rare that we leave New York, the island. But here we're moving with the changing leaves north on Interstate Weeping Willow. Slowly changing. It's early in the season and there are natural points of change within a given time. Cross river we bear, exit 6, closing I-684 is that way. Brewster 11, crawling 23, I think it said. We are borne forward on Peter Pan's back, carried changing by people professionals, lords of the lake and solar system, carried like stars on the poets' backs. The second best thing to do during a lifetime is to plan a revolution. The first best thing is to revolt. The last best thing is to know what you've done and why. Hard thinking, like rearranging all those letters in a Scrabble box. Coke and lots of land for sale. Always lots of land for sale. Kerouac told Whalen in a letter dated 12/4/68, "Call me, Pete, call me. My number, call me, Phil." I'm sorry, did I call you Pete? Call me, Phil, call me, Phil, call me, Phil. My number in St. Pete is 343-1541. Road work for the next mile. Now listen, Phil, don't give this number to anyone. I don't want strangers. I'll strangle them. The first thing is to plan your life. The second thing is to live it. Kerouac told Whalen to return his books. He told Whalen not to worry, to move somewhere, do something else maybe. The leaves where they have begun to show red, show such a red, not red light or emergency, but a subtle change of life. The sign says Charles Ives Center. Kerouac wants that copy of Blake's Jerusalem back. A sign planted on the cemetery lawn says travel services. The second thing is to hunt. The first thing is to let your prey go free. Maple and fir, they never change in this water town, this highway of exits and bridges and footings. The willow chases the wind away. The wind wanders down the highway and into the small city. It rests atop one of the two main spires of the Mother Church, where angels rest, sleeping and weeping and thinking and praying. Kerouac mentions other books as well. He's drunk. He's been hit in the head with all that television has made available to him. He says he wants to write as much as he can, and read, and rest, and drink. He wouldn't mind Whalen's company, but doesn't really seek too many other visitors. Food, phone, gas, lodging, God's gymnasium. The last best thing about the leaves is when they start, still moist, falling and forming a carpet of reds, yellows, and all those fire colors on the ground. The first best thing is to know that they'll change. The second best thing is when pretty much all of them have changed and the leaves are still on the branches. Well, you know what happens next. They start drying, making noise, and winter comes. And the trees look so cold, and you wonder how they can stand being so naked. Kerouac says to Whalen that he's going to build a big fenced-in outdoor library in his backyard. He'll sit all day, read, write, and drink Boilermakers, and look at his Georgia pine, his banyan tree, and his bush tree of some kind that's at least 25 feet high. Well, Phil, take care of yourself. Don't meditate too much. The leaves are changing. They're free, and reds and yellows and oranges are softly creeping through the greens. Food, phone, gas, lodging are not very far away. Kerouac's letter is safe on the glass at the public library, along with his dreams and some of the Dharma. The shoulder is closed. This life is a new town, a blasting zone, a blue colony, a diesel underglass. Maybe the color won't change so much. Will not go brown and brittle like the leaves when the changes are complete. And when the blasting zone ends, you know, the best music, the best fishmonger, the best refuge is Peter Pan's back above the clouds as the rain starts falling east on I-84. Food, phone, gas, lodging. So let's ride together into the corner of this room. Let's lie together beneath the fast-drying leaves. Let's sing deaf but hearing every sound. Let's blow together like the wind down the highway. Let's stop together on Asylum Street beneath the Golden Dome. Let's walk through the capitals of heaven like two naked trees that just won the jackpot. Let's straight talk our way into warmth. Flags wave. Let's stop pretending that we've seen all this before. You know, the leaves are changing. The leaves are changing for the first time. The leaves are changing for the first time.